97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Hi, it's the day of the Right Away 2015 semifinals, and as you can see behind me, I've got the parents and guardians with the top 20 candidates for the Right Away contest 2015. Everybody's super excited, so as they're seated here, what's going to happen next is they're going to go inside to go through a slight screening process. They've got their passports, their birth certificates, or really any form of identification that can help us to ascertain that they're actually between the ages of 10 and 14 and that they're really who they say they are. Now, after that screening process is done, they will enter a room with a panel. I'll be there myself, and Anis Hafa, our chief examiner, and Courage Nobi, also an examiner for the Right Away Contest 2015, will be present as well. We'll have a conversation with each candidate on an individual basis, just to get to know who they are, why they write, the inspiration, the rationale between each of their stories, and what their plans are for writing in the future. So let's keep the excitement going. Stick with us.
My name is Dr. Brightest Victor Anabisi, and this is my wife, Mrs. Lydia Anabisi. Our daughter Rebecca Anabisi is among the top 20 for this contest, and we are so excited about it. She is someone who loves reading, so this was an opportunity for us, for her to also exhibit her skills, and we are happy that she's made it to this stand. Yes.
My name is Kofi Bensi Encho in Accra. And frankly, I must be proud of her, and I am. She's a brilliant girl, no doubt about it, really.
My name is Josephine Ochinyako, and Nanesi Ochinyako is my daughter. This is my husband. Excitement. We are so excited. My first question was, out of how many entries? And I understand there were about 1,500 entries, so I was so excited. I was so proud of our girl. So I had to call her up immediately. She was actually in a class, but I still had to call because I couldn't wait. So I called her, Nanesi, you made it. And she went, yay! She screamed so much. Everybody around her was so excited for her.
My name is Lilia Hajiman Nafra. Craig Seto Nafra is my word. He made it to the top 20. I'm excited. I've always believed he writes very interestingly, and so when this came up and he said he would take part, I wasn't too surprised. It was our driver who said, oh, I think Seto can do this, let him enter. And he did, and I just had a call, he made it to the top 20. And I'm excited. I think parents should give kids a chance. Be interested in what they do.
My name is Wahima Intim, and my daughter is Nanefia Ochewa Intim. She entered into the contest. I think her school introduced her, and thankfully we have been selected to be part of the top 20 essays that came through. I'm excited, of course. I mean, which parents wouldn't be? I think for us, for me, it was also encouraging because she doesn't like to write, actually. You had to put pressure on her to do so, and I think I insisted because in my view, I mean, everybody is doing well in school, but you need to have something extra in life to make it. So I had to put pressure on her. We actually typed it, and when we got here, they told us to handwrite. So we sat here and hand wrote everything. But so we thank God she came out of this. I just want to encourage other parents. I mean, the children are doing so much, but there's still so much more to do. I mean, extracurricular-wise.
Last year, it was more or less children between the ages of 10 and 14 writing reports. And reports are straightforward: who, what, when, why, how, that sort of thing. But this year's challenge is a bit different because they are writing stories. And stories lend themselves to a lot of interpretation. It brings in a lot of creativity. Creativity in plot, creativity in dialogue, creativity in setting, in themes, and that sort of thing. So it was very difficult to select the top 20, in the sense that if we were to go by the creative element alone, we have about 50 kids who qualify. But we had to now narrow it down to 20. And the 20 has further been narrowed down to 10. It's been very difficult for us because we are speaking to young people who have the passion to write. They want to read, and not that they want to read, they read. And they are reading about books that you are surprised that kids that age are reading.
All right, so it's been a refreshing year. It's been refreshing reading the stories. These were very, very, very good, very competitive stories. I think my top script got 94, and to make a 94 from my pen is very, very impressive. And the list was 87. That's how competitive it was. The language, the maturity in the language this year was far, far better. The creativity. You had students bring such huge issues like the First War and domesticate it to the family level and see how it impacts the family. And so the GRAS being the children and the family as a unit of a bigger country, or even the globe, how they suffer and everything. And to have kids think this way, it was wonderful. Yeah, there are a lot more boys writing well too this time. Last year we had most of the ladies' scripts being very good and the boys not being too tough. But we had a lot more boys, and for me it was refreshing because it beats the regular narrative of, oh, girls are all good with language and boys are not, and everything. And the competition, the competitiveness. I had over 200 scripts, and it was difficult selecting the top 20 finally when we were done. And so for me, that makes it refreshing. And a lot of them at the interview tell that this is the first time they're writing. The first time they're writing, and to get this quality means that this competition is doing what it set out to do, unearth and develop writers. And that's refreshing for me as an educator and as an examiner on board with right away.
Hi, my name is Niels Hammond. I'm the father of Christabel Hammond. She's in East Airport International School, and I feel very excited about this write-up program and how far she has come. I understand that there have been about 1,500 stories that were sent in, and out of it she's among the first 20, and this is very commendable. We've come here today to be part of the semi-final program, and we also heard of the COPE Foundation, which I think is a laudable idea because there are quite a number of people out there, brilliant children out there who need support to be able to scale to the educational ladder. You know, it's where the parents cannot afford to be able to pay for their tuition. I think that the society as a whole should come together and do something for these kids in order to give them a better chance of life. When I was going to school, a few of my classmates had the opportunity, and they are doing very well. And I think it's a very laudable venture, and people should be encouraged to be a part of it. Right away.